Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try and get it on here with, I see you number 2. There you are. Okay, got Catherine back. That's Juna down there on the mat. Mom's back. Yeah. You know, I forgot to clear the cache on the Periscope app. Had 101 megabytes stuck in there. That also probably didn't help the... Alright, let's see if I can turn you around. Ooh, it's a bit of a hike. Back up here. There we go. So sweaty. A little bit muggy. Okay, I've got Catherine. Might just be me and you today. Oh boy. So, this is the... Hi, Lindita. I know I've seen you. I know I see you in Sarah's stuff and Jess's stuff. So, hello. Linda, right. Linda and Catherine, at least. And I think Mom's on here. So, I had to start over. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, Tanya. Had to start over. Couldn't get enough signal down by the stream today. So, good. It's a Monday, so that's good. Mondays we talk about a Young Living essential oil and a process to shift your moods. So the oils, just briefly, I lost signal, so we'll just do it again real quick here. That was talking about basil for lung and immune support. I used it recently for my lungs. You didn't miss much. I'll just recap it real quick here since we had to start over. So we were talking about how the Oola blends of oils are like, oh yeah, of course, anything for you, my dear. They're extra special, magicalicious oils. And Catherine had said the harmonics. Yeah. They harmonize well. The harmonics are good. They resonate with each other. The Oola guys, who are Dr. Dave Braun, they offer life coaching on their website, which is Oola Life, OOLA Life.com. They offer coaching. In partnership with the Young Living, they've developed a series of oils. 7 in this one package, and then there's 2 others, growth and balance. And I was saying, when you use the Oola oils, be prepared for changes. Because the way that I really do feel like they were divinely inspired in their selection of the oils. Because they are something special. You can feel it when you've got the bottle in your hand. You can smell the difference. It's a blend of single oils and some of the already powerful Young Living blends. So for emotional, spiritual growth. I've been using finance lately, and things are rapidly shifting. Like, my business is increasing. Got invited to go to speak at a conference, and the Blog Pause conference that I spoke at in 2015 wants to talk about doing something bigger in 2016. So those things are happening. I'm getting requests for information about my books, about my coaching. The Desire Map workshop has shown an increase. Ooh, sorry about that giant finger. Yeah, so stuff that's been a long time coming. So things are, you know how when you can feel things that you've been trying and you just feel those shifts start to happening? I really feel like the Oola blends give all of that an added boost. So just real quick, the 7 blends are faith, fitness, friends, family, field, meaning career, fun, and finance. Dr. Dave Braun, B-R-A-U-N, and Dr. Troy Amdahl, A-M-D-A-H-L. You can follow them. They're on Periscope. One of them is. I don't listen to him very often, but he is offering business tips and stuff. So if you go to their website, oolalife.com, you can find them. The oils in this blend are frankincense, orange, ocotea, OCOTEA, the blend gathering, the blend clarity, and the blend humility, plus balsam fir, Hawaiian sandalwood, royal Hawaiian sandalwood oil, a really precious oil, and citronella. So this is a super clean, super fresh smell. I've been wearing it as perfume because it's just super summery, crisp. Ocotea. Okay, so I am saying it wrong. OCOTEA. Ocotea. Cool. Thank you. Okay, so and each of these 7 oils comes with an affirmation. The affirmation for this one is, I am financially free and living abundantly. Personally, I don't like affirmations much, but I can deal with the feeling. So I go for feelings because I'm a desire mapper and that's what I do. Everything that works for me best is when I find the feeling of, so what does it feel like to be financially free? Well, if I had to sum it up and put a word on it, it would be like everything's okay. Big relief. Oh, I don't know if everyone agrees with you. She said, I love how honest you are. I can't be anything else. I can't even lie about my weight or my age. I didn't know women still lied about their age anyway, but I did find out someone had been lying to me about her age. I was like, what? Why? You're old. It's okay. Yeah. Covering up stuff and hedging your truth, the older I get, the less energy I have for that kind of nonsense. I'm here, take it or leave it. I'm too tired to present any other face than my own. I just don't have the strength for it anymore. So, if affirmations work for you, each one of these comes with one, and I am financially free and living abundantly. So for me, if I put a feeling word on that, it would be relief and freedom. Totally unencumbered is what I've been working with this oil. So I put it on and I'm like, oh, I'm free. I'm free. I don't ever have to worry about money again. And I pretend. And for a long time I couldn't even pretend. And that's the mood shifting process for today, is pretending. For the longest time, I couldn't even pretend that money wasn't an issue. I almost felt like I was lying to myself, which is when we're kids, I remember my sister's on here. We used to play Let's Pretend all the time, and it was completely random, and whatever it was, it's what it was, and it was okay. And we knew it wasn't real. We were just pretending. So it bothered me that I couldn't even pretend that all the bills were paid, because a large part of finding the feeling that goes with what you're wanting to create involves some, not necessarily visualization, because I think visualization has come to mean work. It was the best time. Let's pretend it was the best time. We had all kinds of Barbies and Barbie furniture and Barbie clothes and outdoors and mimosa trees and tons of stuff. And, if we can get that back, visualization to me now with law of attraction stuff and things like that feels like a lot of effort and work. And I try to do the exact opposite of that. And desire map stuff is the exact opposite of that. So finding the feeling, though, does require at least some ability to pretend, because how do I know if money's always been a problem, or if relationships have always been a problem? How do you know what okay feels like? You have to imagine. For people who had terrible parents and no good parenting, as a therapist, I used to tell them, go watch a movie that has a mom in it or a dad in it that is what you think a good parent is, and pretend that you had one. And go back and repair and do all those things. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So the mood shifting tool, and of course the Oola oils are too new and they're not in my book, so I can only read you the ingredients, but you can go find them on the website, OOLA for the Oola oils, the Oola guys. So the mood shifting process is the process of pretending. So getting back in touch with that kid part of yourself that imagined castles and dragons and ships at sea. Yes, you can. The best way to get in on Young Living is buying like what we call the Costco membership. It's a premium starter kit, and you get like over $300 worth of stuff for $150 or $160. I forget what the price is now. But you can sign up as a retail buyer. You just will pay more. And if you're able to buy the membership, which is like Costco, only you get cool stuff with it. Like when you buy a Costco membership, you don't come home with a meat platter. $160. When you buy a Young Living membership, you come home, you get sent to you a ginormous box of stuff. And in fact, on my Katch.me collection, worth well over $300. I'm just telling you this for your own information because you can totally buy single oils too. But to save the most money, you buy the membership and then you buy all these oils at wholesale price from then on. And no one will ever ask you to sell or be mean to you in any kind of Mary Kate or Tupperware way. Whoops. Some cats kicking each other's asses around here this afternoon. Anyway, if you want more details on that, Tanya, just DM me and I'll send it to you. I think the Oola oils retail are around $54. It's 5 milliliters, and I wear it now and then. Mostly I carry it around and I huff it a lot, like it's a sack of gasoline. I'm sure like I look like a bum, like sneaking around, like cramming these things up my nose. Anyway, so the book that I take some processes out of is Asking It Is Given, right? Don't mind me, I got my paper sack of gasoline here. Asking It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires. This is by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I like this book because it gives you 22 different ways. Oh, and the foreword's by Wayne Dyer. God rest his soul. 22 different ways to shift your attitude or your mood when you're trying to keep feeling good. The bottom line is, the whole point of everything is to feel good. And whatever it takes to get there, use it, do it. So, the virtual reality process is pretending. So, if you're out of sync, start with meditation. Start with some soft music. Start with some relaxation. Start with forgiving yourself. If you're judging yourself and you're upset with yourself because you're upset, like sometimes we get started on this, we judge ourselves for judging, which is ridiculous, but we can't help ourselves. You get yourself in a place of compassion toward yourself. And then whatever it is you're trying to achieve, so say you're having a conflict with your boss and you hate that bitch in the moment, or you hate that bastard, or you're just mad at them and you just want to quit your job and you want to run away and live in a cardboard box rather than have to go back to work again the next day. Get yourself in a place of compassion toward yourself with understanding that it's okay if you don't like your boss, that's fine. Just don't let it ruin your day, and recognize that you hating on your boss isn't hurting your boss at all. It's only hurting you. So, getting back to that place of compassion and then pretending. What would it feel like to have a great boss? Right. So what would a good boss be like? What would it be like to have that? What would it be like to look forward to going to work? What would it feel like if you felt respected? So reaching again for that feeling of enjoying your work or enjoying your boss. Sometimes making a list, pretending a list of traits in your boss that are positive. And sometimes you'll notice that your boss does show positive traits towards some other people, but you tend to get like the brunt of their badness. And so you can release that by pretending to care about them as you would care about a dysfunctional child or a scared dog. scared dogs and dysfunctional children are not really very different. One just has an extra set of legs. So finding a place of compassion toward your shitty boss can help bring you back to peace. And when you're in peace is when your good stuff comes. Remember, Martha Beck says all your stuff is coming to your home, and your home is on Peace Street. So you have to be at home to get your good stuff. And the way I've used this in the boss situation or with a conflictual relationship is, excuse me, I gotta make space for the cat. I send love toward that person. First I get love for myself. Then I try and forgive myself for letting myself get into such a state. And then I pretend that I like that person. Like sometimes you gotta fake it, right? You gotta fake that you like that person. But if you spend a few minutes, you can usually find something to like about them, even the smallest thing. Like say they have good shoes and you like their shoes. Then you can go, okay, well, I hate 99 things about Bob. Fake it till you make it. Absolutely. I hate Bob and everything about him except his really cool shoes. I love his shoes. So if you can find one thing to pretend, you'll find more. Then you'll remember, last Tuesday he wasn't a complete and total ass. The Wednesday before that, right. Sometimes you just gotta find the smallest thing, like, oh, they have really clean fingernails, or that sweater's awesome, or they keep their desk clean, or something. Just the smallest thing that you can possibly find to focus on that's positive. And that's when you are using that power of virtual reality. So virtual reality is you have to go inside your head and pretend that it's okay. And you know that in reality today, like this tangible reality, it's a struggle and it's not okay. But it's not going to shift and get better if you can't find a way to feel better about it. And the process of pretending and finding the small things to feel good about that person opens that channel. We know we're all one, right? That's hard to practice in real life. But when you can get to where you can send love toward that person even just a little bit, it opens that channel. And the more it opens, the more it will open. And then you might be surprised that that person starts acting differently toward you. I've had that happen more than once where someone I really just hated, I would pretend, and I mean hated, like I don't mean like I just kind of sort of didn't like them. I really hated them with the white hot heat of 1,000 suns. So pretending that I cared for them helped me get into a place where I actually did really care for them as another human being, as another person on the planet who was going through, right? Who was going through something. I mean, people don't act like jerks for no reason, so I don't know what kind of pain somebody's going through when they're being an ass. I can love them as another human being. Mother-in-law, were you on Sarah Ballard's thing last night when she was telling mother-in-law stories? Oh my God, that was hilarious. If you didn't catch that, any of you guys didn't catch Sarah Ballard, she's at Thrive with Sarah, go catch the replay of her telling Purple Passion. Right, I hate that with a Purple Passion. Yeah. Let's not, oh my God, it's hilarious, Tanya. Hilarious. She starts in on her mother-in-law and it's funny, funny, funny stuff. Let's not hide our hate, right? When we feel hate, when we feel strong emotion, let's not try and be like, oh, I just kind of sort of don't like them and I really don't hate them, when you really, really do hate them. Just own it. If you don't own it, you can't shift it. So pretending is your mood shifting tool for this week. If things aren't what you want them to be, go in your head and pretend that they are. When your body doesn't know the difference between this hard, tangible reality and imagination. That's scientifically proven. People who imagine shooting a basketball through a hoop, when they're hooked up to sensors and stuff, their muscles twitch and respond as if it's actually happening. So your brain, if you're pretending to love someone, I would beat myself up for hating or not standing someone. Really? You're human. Human people hate other people sometimes. That's okay. If you hate them and go murder them, that's not okay. But you can hate them. And then you want to shift it for your own self. Yeah, you don't want the stress hormones and stuff floating around in your body that hate creates in us. But I think we're all, yeah, you're not going to go like climb a bell tower and start shooting people, right? Right? If you think your brain knows the difference between your imagination and reality, imagine a really bright yellow lemon. You can smell it. It's so bright yellow. It's so fresh. And you can imagine, just close your eyes and imagine slicing that lemon in half on a cutting board, and the juice pops out and seeds pop out. And then imagine putting that lemon in your mouth and taking a big old chomp of that lemon. And if you get that vivid enough, your mouth will be like clang, like you actually did bite into a lemon, and your you'll salivate because your brain doesn't know. Plenty of research out there to support that. So same thing. You pretend that you love someone. Right, because your brain doesn't know the difference. What's going on in here and what's going on out here, touching a pin, interacting with someone, your brain can't tell the difference. That's how powerful we are. That's how powerful our imaginations are, and we underutilize them. So that's the point. Think of a situation that's not workable and pretend it workable. You can experiment with this too. Like, find someone who you maybe just kind of don't like. Our minds are so incredibly powerful. It's amazing. Absolutely. And we forget to take advantage of it. So we let our reality kind of victimize us, and we forget that we really have enormous untapped power that we're not using. Chocolate hearts. And sunflower hearts. I couldn't understand when people would own up to being bitches. I think it's probably how you were raised. I know that when I was younger, right? I was like, what? You're owning that? It's okay. If you don't own it, then it becomes a split off part of you. And then you have that problem where you've got a part of yourself that's been rejected because you don't make it go away. Yeah, we're all that way sometimes. That's true. I don't like it when I'm a bitch, but I have to own it. But I had to get to the place where I could. I mean, we got in trouble for saying that we hated people. I know I even got in trouble as a teenager for saying I hated someone. Oh, no, you don't hate them. Well, yeah, I actually do. I actually do hate them. And that's how I feel. So when you own your feeling, you can shift it because you aren't shaming yourself and you aren't cutting a part of yourself out. Yeah, find something about them to admire, even if it's only their hair color or their totally awesome shoes. That's your starting point. If you can find one little thing to love about them, then you start to remember, okay, they're acting like a jerk because of something that we don't know and we probably never will know. Or they're squeaky clean nails because nobody likes a dirty fingernail, right? That's gross. So the power of pretending. The power of pretending today is your Monday mood shifting tool. Find the love. When you find that space, it just gets bigger and bigger, right? Good. Laughter is good for you. It's so true. The teeniest bit of love reminds us that we are love. And it reminds us that we're not disconnected from God and we're not disconnected from our source. And love is available to us in every single moment. It's up to us to choose. And if we can't feel love, we can ask for help. We can say out loud, help me. I can't even find the love. I just can't find it. I'm in such a mess. I can't even find a shred of love. Help me. And help will come. Every time. So, use your imagination for two things. Two things. Let yourself feel whatever it is you feel, knowing that you're not going to act on it. You can write a mean letter if you want, but burn that or throw it away. Don't write mean letters and then send them. That's just asking for trouble. But let yourself feel your feelings and forgive yourself for having them if you need to forgive yourself. You don't have to be forgiven for feeling a full range of human emotion. Give yourself permission to feel, and then pretend your way into a positive feeling. Positive attracts positive, right? Negative attracts more negative. These are little tips and tricks that we go over every Monday to shift our moods, to go back to where we want to feel. And when you're in love, when you're in your heart, when you're centered, you're in your place of power. So then you're able to hear inspiration or receive the answer to a prayer. You can't receive it if you're shuttered down by pain and agony. You won't even see it. You won't hear it. You won't be available for it. Makes sense? Hi, Ashley Alexandra. Fabulous. It's a fabulous name. So pretend your way through this week and just see what happens. You've got nothing to lose. No one even has to know you're doing it. Taking notes. You don't have to tell anybody that you're pretending. Another little trick along that line with people that I just remembered is, oh, good. I'm so glad it was awesome. This little trick too. Really? I know I've seen you all over the place. I'm glad that you've joined us. We're here every Monday. I'm here every morning for a reading from the Course in Miracles from the Holy Shift book. And then Mondays and Wednesdays I'm here with other stuff. Mondays is oil and a mood shifting technique. Wednesdays it's meditation. I was going to do Fridays, but then I was like, that's overkill. I can't keep up with that kind of schedule. But 7 days a week I'll be here in the mornings. So last little trick. When it's a person that you're dealing with, when you're in front of them and they're being an ass, start saying in your head, I love you. Wow. That will, it might make you nauseous if you really hate that person. But if you keep saying it in your head, I love you, I love you, I know that there's a part of me that can love you, I'm willing to love you, I'm willing to see the good in you, just in your head. Normally the track in your head would be like, you are such an asshole, and I want to quit my job, and I'm going to sit here and listen to you, and I'm going to write my resignation letter. Oh, because you live in Puerto Rico. Because the time, right? The time changes off. It will make you nauseous. Depending on who it is, it can be a really hard practice. It sounds simple, but it can be really hard. But just being willing. Oh, you're working already. Where do you work? Saying I love. Mother Teresa used to say when she encountered someone horrible, in her head, she would say, Jesus, what an interesting face you're showing to me right now. Oh my gosh, Jesus, you are in such an interesting disguise. A record retrieval company. That sounds interesting. So just saying I love you. You don't have to believe it. Just say it in your head. I love you. I'm willing to love you. Sometimes that's all you can do. I'm willing to kind of love you a little. Just little starting points. Mother Teresa, such an awesome, amazing human being. Yeah. Yeah. And interesting that Mother Teresa's letters, although she did not want them published, she wanted them destroyed, and they were published. And I know that she didn't want that, but it was really valuable to me to read Mother Teresa's struggles with depression. She had some hardcore hardcore, painful struggles with depression and loss of faith and feeling hopeless that she was making any difference. The letters that she wrote to her, whatever, her upper person, I don't know what the Catholic term is for that. Her letters that she wrote to them were filled with pain. Yeah, it was like, oh my gosh, she felt that enormous pain of depression and hopelessness and thinking that, oh my God, the woman thought she wasn't making a difference. She was working in the most horrific conditions with the most rejected people and changing their lives and thinking that she wasn't making a difference and she should probably just quit. I mean, can you imagine if Mother Teresa had quit her job, her calling, her mission? But that, yeah, and it's Mother Teresa. So then I'm like, well, what are you complaining about, Michelle? You're not working with lepers. You're not working with homeless people. What are you bitching about? You know, seriously though, don't judge yourself. Yeah, she really struggled. Yes, Linda, for God's sake, cut yourself a little slack. Nobody else is going to cut you slack, so you have to give that to yourself. So, yeah, so Mother Teresa, if you just Google Mother Teresa's letters, her person, whoever she wrote all those letters to, published them. So in a way, I feel bad. You know, that's not what she wanted. She wanted them to be destroyed. But on the other hand, those letters being published have helped a lot of people. Yeah, because if Mother Teresa can feel like crap like that and still make a difference in this world, then so can we. Those of us who struggle with depression and hopelessness and the wanting to give upness. If she can do it, we can do it too. So, try that. If you want information about the oils, you can DM me on Twitter. My Twitter and Periscope handle are the same. I'm on Facebook at Wolf, WOLFF, Den Press, PRESS on Facebook. But you can find me if you have questions. And then Google Mother Teresa's letters. It'll knock your socks off. And then your 2 tools for the week to shift your mood, improve relationships, get yourself back to center and feeling good are, yeah, her work continues. Her work will never end. Yeah. I don't know what I feel about saints, but I think she was sainted. I can't remember. I don't really know what I feel about that whole process, but if anybody deserves it, she does. She totally does. So your 2 processes are to pretend your way into feeling good and try to hang on to that feeling good as long as you can. When you lose it, just pretend your way back to it. And then to experiment. Just experiment. Nobody has to know you're doing it. Nobody has to know if it works or doesn't work. Just try, when you're dealing with someone that you don't like, saying in your head, I love you, and if you're comfortable with the term, Jesus, what an interesting face you're showing to me right now. Wow, Jesus, you kind of look like a jerk today. And try to find the love. Just say, I love you, I'm willing to love you, and you have really cool shoes. So, that's all I have for you today. We're doing a little remodeling, and my husband is waiting for help with the bathroom sink. So I'm going to go. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for your patience when I start down, when I start in one place and have to run up the hill and get to another one. Oh, that's the greatest thing ever. Always leave your scopes feeling great and inspired. So happy you're sharing your gifts. Thank you. That means the world to me because sometimes I'm like, I don't want a scope. But you guys being here, you're welcome. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you. You guys make the magic possible. Because if I was sitting here talking to the camera by myself, I would do it anyway. But it wouldn't be nearly as much fun. So thank you for coming. Thanks for the hearts, for the shares. I appreciate your adding your energy to these exchanges. So have a great day. I'll see you in the morning for the Holy Shift reading. One of these days I know I'm going to slip up and write holy shit. So I'm trying really hard not to do that. Hugs to you. Hugs to you, Catherine. Thank you. All right, guys. Have a great Monday. Replay viewers, thank you. Oh, also replay viewers, some of you are leaving me hearts that don't stick. If you're on an Android and you're leaving hearts on a replay, if you don't let it play all the way to the very end, the hearts don't stick. So just so you know. So what I do is if I'm watching somebody and my goldfish attention span wanders, I'll just go ahead and let it play out. But I appreciate whatever. I just appreciate you being here. Okay, have a great Monday. Talk to you tomorrow if you can. Oh, that's funny. I'll be back. Okay, I'm supposed to be signing off. Okay, I'll be back in the morning for the holy shit reading. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.